Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you are having a fantastic week so far. It's the weekend, so today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I want to provide value to this community, and I think that can expand beyond just recipes. So I have this idea. I'm on Instagram a lot. I use Instagram to find out most of my information regarding nutrition and kind of like this carnivore animal-based space. I'm mostly on Instagram, and I have all of these amazing accounts that I follow, and it kind of dawned on me, why don't I share these accounts with you guys and share a little bit of what these people have taught me and what they continue to teach me. So what I'm going to do is maybe weekly or bi-weekly, I will post 2 to 3 accounts that I love on Instagram or on YouTube, and I'll share with you guys what I've learned from them, and hopefully we can kind of grow the community and spread everyone's message this way, because what good is this information if I'm just keeping it to myself? So hope that sounds good. Let's get started. Okay, so the first account I'd like to shout out is Strong Sisters. So that's Ashley and Sarah. And Ashley and Sarah are 2 sisters who have been on quite the wild ride with their health. I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that at one point in their lives, they followed a vegan diet, and then they went carnivore, and they tried to resolve multiple health issues, and they've had some success, but also experienced other symptoms. And what I like about them is that they're always refining their diet to suit their current needs. So they started off super strict carnivore, and then they moved to more like an ancestral type of eating seasonally. So I know that they eat squash, they eat a few vegetables here and there, and they actually provide a lot of information as to why this way of eating works for them. So one thing that I really like about them is that they show me how important it is to not be dogmatic. I know that carnivore works super well for some people, very strict carnivore for a very long period of time that may be necessary. But just because that works for someone doesn't mean it's going to work for everyone. And Ashley and Sarah do a really good job at kind of leading that non-dogmatic lifestyle. I know that they received a lot of backlash when they started introducing some carbs, and I can't imagine that to be easy, especially when you've got such a large following on Instagram. But these girls are honestly doing God's work, providing the most informative infographics on the importance of animal protein, animal fats, and also, like, let's say you want to reintroduce some fruit. They talk about why it's important to pair the fruit with carbs, or they explain the science behind everything in a very simplified, like layman's term, easy for people like me to understand. So I love that. I absolutely love it. I know that kind of making small changes to their diet, it's worked to improve their health, which makes me really happy. They're awesome girls. And yeah, so that's what I admire about their diet. But other things that they share with us are they used to be really like strict about working out and lifting heavy weights and going to the gym all the time. And I can relate with that too. I used to go to the gym a lot, like religiously, and I'm starting to notice now, looking back, and also from information that Strong Sisters provide, that maybe that's not the best for our hormones. So they have a lot of information about that. But one thing that I recently found to be so helpful for me on my journey that they posted about was them getting sick from mold. So they recently purchased a new farm. It's called Angel Acres. Super cool. They're like first generation farmers, just them doing it on their own, learning everything from scratch. I can't imagine that it's easy at all, but I'm sure that it's going to be very rewarding in the future. But when they purchased this farm, they started to get really sick, really weird symptoms, itchy feet, like a burning sensation, and they couldn't pinpoint it. And eventually they realized, and they got people to come in and do tests. The place was infested with mold. And I can relate to that because that happened to me recently and I got quite sick. And it is no fun. Mold toxicity is no joke. And I think that they're still dealing with it a little bit with the symptoms. So lots of information on mold, and these girls, they're like super sciencey nerds, and I mean that with love. So like if they're really passionate about something, they'll do the research on it, and which is awesome for us because it's the information is there readily available. What they also do, which I love, is they curate the finest products when it comes to shampoos, soap bars, only the purest ingredients, collagen powder, the best of the best. Also pots and pans. I'm looking to buy some new pans. Who am I going to look for advice? Strong Sisters, 100%. I trust 99.9999% of what these girls have to say because I know that they do their research. And last but not least, I mentioned that they have a farm. It's called Angel Acres. So it's really fun to watch them on their journey. And on their YouTube channel, they post a lot of recipes, amazing recipes. Even if you are strict carnivore, I still think that you have a lot to benefit from by watching their videos, their cooking techniques, how to slow cook meat, how to make proper bone broth with a lot of collagen and jelly. All the tips and tricks are on their YouTube page. So if you're looking for loads of information on animal-based protein, regenerative farming, agriculture, what cleaning products to use, the best collagen, the best gelatin, the best cooking utensils, the best body hair care, Strong Sisters, they are your girls. Just go ahead and check out their Instagram and you'll find a wealth of knowledge there. Thank you, Ashley and Sarah, for all that you do. Just want to let you know that I see you girls and I appreciate you. The second Instagram page that I want to shout out is Kate Mitzi. So Kate Mitzi is a friend that I made back in Toronto. We used to be a part of the same podcast called Carnivore Roundtable. She's a functional nutritionist and she has dealt with autoimmune disease, psoriasis, and she healed it through changing her diet, through removing inflammatory foods. And this is what she does in her practice. She helps clients who are suffering from autoimmune diseases find true and optimal health by changing their diets and moving towards a more like whole foods based approach. What I love about Kate is that she's not biased. She used to be on the other side of the table. She used to be vegan and now she's not carnivore, but she eats wholesome foods. She gets her oysters in, she gets her salmon, that DHA, she gets her red meat in, her steaks. If you go on her page, you're gonna find the most beautiful, colorful plates of food. It's like a dream. Sometimes when I'm hungry, I go to her page and I just scroll. Or actually, if I have friends that are, sharing their stories, maybe they're not feeling so optimal health-wise, but I don't want to pressure them to go carnivore because we know how hard that can be and people kind of just put up a resistance wall. I'll just send them Kate's page and be like, guys, just, Amy, just eat more like Kate. And I'll just send her some photos of Kate's food because I feel like she's got some really, really good content on there. Kate has also been a part of a few podcasts, and in those podcasts, she shares her story of dealing with psoriasis. And it was not easy for her, and she's went to see multiple specialists over the years, and surprise, surprise, what cured it, what helped? Food, because what do we know? Food is medicine. So Kate is someone that I highly, highly respect, and whenever I have someone that's close to me, describe to me maybe something that sounds like an autoimmune disease, honestly, the first thing that comes to mind is Mitzi. So I usually send them her way. She's someone that I can trust. If I have a health issue, I go to Kate. So I highly recommend you check out her page for ideas, for recipes, for knowledge. She's the girl you want to check out. Okay, last but not least, the third Instagram account that I'd like to shout out today is Dr. Pran Yoga Nathan. Hope I got that right. Dr. Pran is a gastroenterologist based in Sydney, Australia. I'm going to read what that title means. For those that don't know, gastroenterology is the study of the normal function and diseases of the esophagus, stomach, small intestine, colon and rectum, pancreas, gallbladder, bile ducts, and liver. So that's a whole lot, but basically it's like, it has a lot to do with the gut. And Dr. Pran is a wealth of information and knowledge when it comes to topics surrounding human health related to nutrition. But what I love most about his content is the content around the gut biome, all of that. He was actually part of one of the podcast episodes that we did. I'll link it below in the description. Part of the Carnivore Roundtable episode, and we kind of had like a whole 1 hour discussion with him about gut health. He talks a lot about what our ancestors would have eaten, like from a evolutionary standpoint. And I guess what I love about Dr. Pran is that if you follow him on Instagram, you will know that he is not only a gastroenterologist, but he is a meme king. So he's got the meanest memes, like the funniest memes ever. And I think it's really important because as sad and damaging as our nutritional guidelines are, we have to find the humor in it because otherwise we're going to lose ourselves. So he kind of adds that like funny aspect to it. I highly suggest that you guys check his Instagram out. But all jokes aside, he has funny memes, but all of his information and his posts on Instagrams, they are evidence, science-based, published studies. So he backs his stuff up, which I highly respect. One video that I really enjoyed that he put out on YouTube, it is called The Human Gut, a Masterpiece of Evolution. I'm going to link it below in the description. I would suggest if you've never heard of Dr. Pran, start with that video and then follow him on Instagram, and you can thank me later. He's absolutely amazing. So yeah, you guys, those are my top 3 Instagrams of the week. Let me know what your thoughts are on this type of content. I really want to provide some freaking awesome value to you. So I want the feedback. I enjoy the comments. I'm going to respond. I'm really looking to engage with you guys. So hope you enjoyed this video. Please watch the other 2 on the screen and have a fantastic weekend.